How many people with disabilities leave then re-enter the workforce? Jim Downey, Washington, D.C.
Funny you should ask about the number of people that that leave the workforce or re-enter the workforce as a result of disability. Those numbers are difficult to come by. Up until recently, nobody was really tracking that data. What they were tracking was the number of applications for public assistance. They weren't really tracking to any significant degree the number of people that actually drop out of the workforce as a result of disability. We're seeing some change in that now. People are recognizing the fact that we need to have some better numbers so that we can build our public policy based upon this, so that we can actually have the numbers before us before we make these decisions in public policy that result in access or denial to services, as the case may be. We know that we have statistics, some of the current statistics that we work with, and the most often cited statistic currently is that there are approximately 54 million Americans working age with disabilities. Of that number, 70%, approximately 70%, to the best of our ability at this point in time to actually capture these numbers, the 70% are unemployed. Of that 70% that are unemployed, a significant number of them would like to be able to go to work. However, because of some of the intricacies of the programs that they have to access, and once again, we have to get back to this concept of essential service. Many people with disabilities require essential services for them to be able to function either in an institution or out of an institution. I want to point that out. Those services are going to be provided either in an institution or out of an institution. It's better out of the institution. It's better to provide them independence, provide them, support their independence, provide these services in an independent and community-based setting. The congregate segregate stuff doesn't work. We know that. Statistics are such that a large effort now is underway as a result of the Olmstead decision to try and secure the appropriate assistance necessary for people to be able to actually, people with significant disabilities to be able to actually move out into the community. And employment is part of that also. Got to have, just like anybody else, I guess, to be able to go to work, you got to be able to eat, you got to have food, you got to have a roof over your head, and you got to have transportation. You don't have those three things, you're not going to get to work. Essential services, those are basic fundamental essential services. Person with a disability may require assistance eating. Person with disability may require assistance in getting to work. Person with a disability may require assistance in securing and keeping a secure home over their, a roof over their head. But you're going to have to provide it either in an institution or not. I mean, one of the things that Ed taught, now this is really interesting when you start getting in talking about discussions about eugenics and things of this nature and stuff, getting to some of the deeper concepts and philosophies in disability. America purports itself to be a compassionate society. And as a compassionate society, then we must, as a compassionate society, provide assistance for those who, as up until recently, were called the less fortunate. Now we just like to view them as ordinary people with extraordinary circumstances. But America, as a compassionate society, has an obligation to provide for all of its people. It's in the Constitution. What is not in the Constitution is the setting, how the service is provided. Up until recently, they were provided in congregate, segregate, institutionalized settings. Dependence model. Independent model is community-based with all the opportunities that everybody else has.